Birmingham City Council could end up having to pay out millions in compensation to former female workers after a Supreme Court ruling today. The women have been fighting the council for 2 years now over huge differences between their pay and those of male workers.
Well, Callum Watkinson has been following the case for us, and Callum, it is quite a complicated case. Can you explain what exactly happened today?
Well, this relates to a group of 174 women, mainly former cleaners, home carers and cooks, and they found sometime after leaving employment that they'd been paid a lot less than their male counterparts. They were on the same basic wage, but the men received large bonuses every year that the women didn't get. So they launched a civil action in the High Court under the Equal Pay Act, which they won, but the council appealed. Now, their argument's always been that disputes like this should be settled in industrial tribunals and not in the courts. What's happened today is that the Supreme Court has rejected that argument, and with it the council's appeal.
By a majority, this court dismisses Birmingham's appeal. 3 members of the court hold that a claim for breach of an equality clause can never more conveniently be disposed of by the tribunal if it would there be time barred, and so couldn't get off the ground.
Now, the key phrase there is time barred. Employment tribunals can only deal with disputes up to 6 months after someone leaves a place of work. These women now, after today's ruling, can take their case to the High Court, where the deadline is much longer, 6 years. And their solicitor feels now, after today's ruling, that the council really has nowhere else to go with this.
Birmingham have already lost equal pay claims in the employment tribunal, so this was a knockout point for them. We don't think that they've got any other legal arguments that would defeat these claims, which is why they fought so hard. I think it probably will go back to the High Court. I mean, our hope is, like the other claims in the employment tribunal, Birmingham will settle, because they've settled lots of other claims, but there may be still some further legal argument.
Well, I was watching that ruling this morning with some of those women, and what really came across most strongly was how hurt they feel, frankly, by how they've been treated by a former employer they enjoyed working for and who they felt that they'd served very loyally for many years.
We did work hard. It was hard work, and we were really loyal workers. We were, you know, and if we were asked to do it, we did it.
To think they could do this to you when you've been Christmas Day, we used to go in, Boxing Day, if they wanted us, if they found us up and said, could you do a night, you went, you know, you never refused anything to help them, you know, and what they've done to us, I think, is diabolical, really.
And Callum, are there wider implications of this ruling?
Well, there certainly are for Birmingham Council, and the solicitor acting for these women says that the value of their claim, 174 women, is £2 million, and he says he has a list of 1,000 more women who may also be eligible to claim. I think there are wider implications too for other councils where there have been these kinds of disputes that have been settled by tribunals, but there may be people there who think they've missed that 6-month deadline, who will now realise they could have a case in the High Court as well.
Callum, thank you.